sincere or skin deep, Asian family values and respect for elders. Now, we talked about myths the other day, and myths that are held in Asia. One thing that I find, especially I'm half, you'll find when people start opening up, there's often a belief across Asia, not just Thailand, Indonesia, China, that the family unit is everything. The family bond is much thicker and much stronger than those Western people. Do you have any opinions on that?
I think there's good and bad in every family, in every culture. So let me give you an example. Recently, it's been talk of the town in Bangkok. This one actress who has been an actress since she was 2 years old, and she's been, paying bills and giving all her money income to her parents, to her mom, and now she's turning 30 and she wanted to have her own life, have an access to her money, basically. Up to this point, her mother has controlled every bit of money. She has a salary, a certain amount of salary each month from her mother, and now she wanted to build a business. She said she doesn't have any access, and she doesn't have any future, basically, even though she's so famous, but she doesn't have any money. So there's some drama going on, and then her mother made a comment and said that I build you up and I can destroy you, basically. So I was like, wait a minute, what does that even mean? So basically she's just using her daughter as a tool to build a fortune, and then when her daughter wants to build herself up, she just said that no, you can't do that, you need to listen to me, I'm your mother, and what you're doing is so ungrateful, so not Thai, it is not our culture, and it's wrong, and then I built you up and I can destroy you. I can't understand, I can grasp that concept. I'm not a mother. I mean, I consider myself a half a daughter, which is bad. I would never think that my mom would say something like that to me.
And she's dead serious, right?
Yeah, she just and then even worse, she went on TV and press and then still slamming her daughter. I would never understand that. So if your question was if we are better than yours,
well, not mine, but
I don't know.
This perception that Asian families have a stronger and richer family bond
I think
superior to the West.
Superior in a controlling way. I think that's more like it. It means like we are more controlling our children, our family members, and you just have to think certain way, act certain way, because otherwise you will be called ungrateful.
I was surprised looking at some of the threads and the conversations going on, and the culture card was played against this girl.
Yeah. Some of the comment that I've read said, I can't believe that people are supporting this girl. This is Thailand. Even though the mother was wrong, you still need to support the mother. And I was like, what?
Yeah, and
part of the brain you're using to even think of that.
This word katanyu in Thai, what does that mean? How would you explain that?
I don't know. I'd probably be the most ungrateful daughter if you ask my mother.
I guess if you look at Confucian teaching and stuff like katanyu, this filial piety or this respect for elders, for bringing you here.
I mean, as a daughter, I respect her, but there's certain things that I wouldn't do if she asked me to. Like, I remember when I got my first job, right? And she was like, oh, your first salary, you have to give it all to me because I breathed you for 20 years. And I'm like, I didn't ask for it. Like, I know I sounded like an asshole. But
that's
I said that. But I just like, I didn't pick, okay, this is so wrong and people are going to hate me for saying this. Scientifically, I didn't pick to be her daughter, and if I could pick, I could have picked a better family, a richer family, so that I don't have to work. So I just said to her, no, I need that money, for myself, because I have to survive for 30 days. But she understand that. I made her understand that. But so that's what great thing about my parents. Like, you can talk back and they would understand. But sometimes my mom would have some crazy Thai idea around her head, like, you need to do this, you need to do that because people are doing it. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
And so let me just get this right. So you're saying that you didn't choose to be born into this world.
I didn't choose.
And so
for someone,
why should you be in debt to somebody of those expectations? You didn't choose to be here.
If someone want to play that card against me, that you're my daughter, you need to do this, you need to do that, I would just throw another card and say, no, I didn't choose to be in this situation. So how is that fair?
And it doesn't mean you neglect your parents.
No. And then like you know, like if you know us, my mom's always here, my parents are always around. They're still like taking care of me basically. But if they ask me to do something nonsense, I would just say no.
And I think this is it. A lot of the thing, whether it's who people are allowed to marry, what job they have to do, what they're going to study afterwards, what courses they're going to do. I find a lot of families pushing this pressure on kids. They're not, like they say it's love for the kids and maybe they believe it's love. But I've also seen families disown their children when they don't do what the parents want.
Yeah.
And my question is that love?
I don't know. Like I refuse to do certain things if I don't. But you can't just take me and then, I don't think I'm a good example.
And I guess this other thing too about not questioning elders.
Yeah.
And this works on a family level, at a school level, your boss, politicians. Yeah. You basically don't question things.
But I just don't understand the concept of parents who said, "Oh, we love our kids so much," but then put the kids through miserable. Like, "Oh, you need to marry this guy because he's rich, and then we need to build this and this and that." Like, if you don't, you know what I mean? Like, what right you said that you own this human being? Yes, it's your kid. I understand that, but you don't own.
But it's not a possession.
It's not a property.
Or what about these women that come into Bangkok and they work selling themselves?
Yeah, because they're sick mother and sick cows and uncles and.
But then you go back up country and they've built up this castle.
You know what? I cannot judge that. I mean, if that's what they need to do to make their family happy, then good for them. But there's a lot of people like myself or other people that will not do a certain thing because which is I don't know, selfish. Is that a word for it? I mean, like I just.
But we don't neglect.
No, we don't. Like as a student, you will never let your parents starve or sick and die.
And there's no social security in Thailand and many other Asian countries like
so
you have in the West.
That. Yeah.
One story when I was with a business partner once, and we were running a workshop at Beijing University, in Beijing Daxue, and it was with all of the kids of many of the people sort of higher up and things, the generals. And it was in Thai and English. In Chinese and English. We were doing it. And this American friend actually told the moving story of how his mother supported him all through these hard times in his life. And then he got on a Skype call and spoke to his mother.
Yeah.
And everybody burst into tears. And at the end of it, one of the most, I guess the most common comments when people were giving feedback in China was, we've always been taught that Western family bonds are not like what we have in Asia, and they were very moved because for them it was an eye-opener to see these kinds of family bonds actually do exist in the West too.
Yeah, like my dad will totally be like that. He's totally different. He would send me a message and like, how are you? Did you eat? What's wrong? But my mom is just opposite. But that's the way it is. I mean, they're still my parents and they need to deal with me and I need to deal with them for the rest of our lives. And, you have to just work it out.
But you have to also set boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not having any BS.
Yeah. So, is it sincere? Is it skin deep? Asian family values, so-called, or all respect for elders, even when maybe that respect isn't due? I don't know. Can be good, can be bad. I think every culture, whether it's in the West, Europe, America, Australia, the UK, every culture has good and bad.
Yeah, can I just add though, like as a daughter, as a son, as a parent, as a family, I think you just need to work it out what works best for you. And don't try to screw your family up. Like, if it's your daughter, you wouldn't want to see them get hurt.
Yeah, and your kids are not
property.
They're not property to generate income.
Money. Yeah, no. Like go work yourself.
If
you want to work, if you want to have luxuries, go work.
Yeah. Well, that's our opinion. What's your opinion? Sincere or skin deep? Asian family values and respect for elders.
People are gonna hate me for this video.
Okay, let us know what you think. This is South and Southeast. I'm Stuart and
again.
Bye.
Bye.